All right. Is this it? Do I look at this camera?
Yes.
This is Drew Womack, and this is real life. See? They don't let me do liners.
Come on. This is Lee Ann Womack, and this is no. Just kidding.
Real life.
Real life, real music.
I know it. I've done it 100 times. All right. Take two. This is Drew Womack, and this is real life, real music.
Real life, real music radio with your host, Kyle Hutton.
A lot of sharing going on.
A lot of sharing. How you doing, Drew?
I'm wonderful.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Well, welcome to Bryan.
it's great to be back in Bryan. It's been a while, and I've never been on this part of Bryan, so I in this area whatsoever. I never knew this existed.
Now, just to let the cat out of the bag for anybody that doesn't already know, first off, you're going to learn real quick what a special vocalist that Drew Womack is. But in the not too distant past, he was asked to step in front a country band that's got over 20 number one hits and tours all over the country. And you're now out running the road with these guys. And y'all were here not too long ago. I don't remember if it was a private event or a rodeo or what it was, but y'all played somewhere in the Bryan area. And it's a band called Lone Star. Y'all will remember the band Lone Star? Where, didn't y'all play? Y'all played a rodeo or something around here?
Yeah, I can't recall exactly what it was, but it was good to be back in Texas. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. And that's a little bit more far and few between for you now, right?
It is. You know, I mean, I was, before I joined Lone Star, I was, you know, everywhere around Texas. But after, you know, Sons and Lone Star and Toby Keith and all these bands, we moved from Texas to Nashville, and then the Red Dirt thing happened. And then, so it was almost hard to get back in and do shows. You know, especially if Pat Green was playing down the street somewhere. It was like, okay, well, it's not even worth it.
Yeah.
So, that was an issue straight up when the Red Dirt thing started kicking in. And I remember because we were coming out at the same time Robert Earl was, and I was a huge fan of Robert Earl's, and we did a show in Denver, and we played our show. And I got a card to take me over to Robert's show to see the rest of it. I'd never seen him before. I just listened to his records, but that was way early on. And yeah, and then I was with Leroy Parnell, his cousin, by the way, if y'all didn't know that. And Leroy told me one night, he said, my cousin did it right. You know, I had all this radio success, but I never just built a following, you know, from the ground up like Robert Earl did. And Robert can play anywhere in the country without a top 40 country hit and sell it out.
Yeah.
And as soon as I lost my deal, this is Leroy talking, the crowds just kept getting smaller and smaller. I'll never forget, I was at the show where he kind of cracked and just went, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm playing blues, and I'm doing all my songs in blues songs now. Everything's going to be a blues song. And it was in Madison, Wisconsin, and he got up on stage and he played all his big hits in just blues the whole way through.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you've been up and down the road with some of the biggest musicians out there, and I think since your current gig, your current main gig is fronting the band Lone Star, and I know there's a lot of sing-alongs that you get up and play every night. Since I haven't heard you do one of them, maybe you play a Lone Star?
Oh, kick in right away. All right.
What do you think?
Yeah, sure. I'll do that.
Is that all right with you guys?
Yeah.
All right.
Let me see here. Am I muted? I forgot my tuner at home, so.
So what's that like to step into an existing band and take over the front spot?
It was strange at first. I actually. I've been friends with those guys. They were another one of the bands that was, touring around Dallas-Fort Worth area, doing 4 or 5 nights a week in the bigger clubs there. And so I've known them actually, I've known him since Waco when we were all in college, 19, 20 years old. And I just reached out to Michael Britt, the guitar player, and said, hey, who was in a band called Santa Fe with Daryl Dodd, Jeff McMahon, who played for Tim McGraw for years. And I said, hey, I need help with this guitar amp. This is going to be a weird story, but I hope y'all enjoy it. He's the guru with this guitar amp. It's a special digital amp. And I said, I bought one, and I have one amp and one effect, and that's it. And it does everything. So I said, I need help with this amp. And he said, great. And I said, how you doing? And blah, blah, blah. And then I said, are you guys the original lineup? And he said, yeah, we're about to go on tour. And then a day later, he texts me back and says, do you have ESP? And I said, is that a setting on the amp? And he said, no, Richie just quit again. And I said, well, I can help you if you need somebody to fill in, because my wife, Tara, looked and saw that they had dates in the next date was in 20 days. And I said, I can come out and fill in if y'all need it. And then I looked at her and I said, hey, we're empty nesters now. I could actually do this again. So I said, I'll pick 2 songs and I'll sing them. And if this works out, it works out. And that was it. That's how it all happened.
You want to play us one of the 2 you picked?
Yeah. Let me see this one. I'm going to save that other one for later.
The sign in the window said for sale on trade on the last remaining dinosaur in Detroit made. $700 was a heck of a deal for a 400 horsepower jukebox on wheels, and that rolls out like a welcome mat. I don't know where it goes, but it beats where we're at. We always said someday, somehow, we're gonna get away, gonna blow this town. What about now? How about tonight? Baby, for once, let's don't think twice. Let's take that spin that never ends that we've been talking about. What about now? Why should we wait? We could chase these dreams down the interstate. We could just move on as the world moves on and makes another round. What about now? We've been putting this on, baby, long enough. Just give me the word and we'll be kicking up dust. We both know it's just a matter of time till our hearts start racing for that county line. What about now? How about tonight? Baby, for once, let's don't think twice. Let's take that spin that never ends that we've been talking about. What about now? Why should we wait? We can chase these dreams down the interstate. We can be long gone before the world moves on and makes another round. What about now? We can hang these things forever making plans, but there won't ever be a better time to take this chance. What about now? How about tonight? Baby, for once, let's don't think twice. Let's take that spin that never ends that we've been talking about. What about now? Why should we wait? We can chase these dreams down the interstate. We can be long gone before the world moves on and makes another round. What about now? What about now?
Thank you. Wow.
Lone Star never sounded better. Take that, Richie. Sorry if there's any
Oh, thanks, Kyle.
Richie McDonald fans in here. I've never met him. He hadn't done my show, so I don't like him. That's just how I roll. Man, it is so good to have you back, Drew. And I got to tell you, I don't know if I've told you this before, but one of my first trips to Nashville, I walked into a restaurant to meet like a publishing guy. And it was a restaurant where I 100% could not afford to buy even an appetizer. You know, I was a college student showing up in Nashville for my first time. Of course, I was going to leave with fortune and fame and a record deal. And this was like day 3 and it hadn't happened yet. So anyway, I walk into this restaurant. I'm going to meet this person that's had mercy on me. It's going to buy me lunch. I walk in and there's 2 slick dudes, one with long black hair, sitting there in a meeting with some record executive, and it was you and your brother.
Oh, yeah.
Sitting, it was like at the Palm or something.
Believe it or not, I had long black hair at one point.
He had I'm talking about long black hair. And I think, I don't remember at the time what the single was that you guys had on the radio, but I did recognize you when I walked in and saw you. I wonder if we could just jump right off the deep end here. Tell us about what it was like growing up in a musical family, because, you know, both your brothers that I know are musical. You guys put together this band, Sons of the Desert. And then tell us about the song and writing the song. I'll take whatever comes first.
Okay. It's a cool story, actually. I got to town, and it was one of my very first writing appointments. I'd never heard of writing appointments, but I had the honor. My publisher set it up with Fame Studios, who Mark Hall owned Fame Studios down in Muscle Shoals, and they set it up where I was going to write with Walt Aldridge, who has had several hits by that point, and so I was super psyched. But the only write I had was the tape guy at my publishing company, and he drove a 1987 Mazda 626 with duct tape everywhere on that car. No AC. So we're in Nashville. He drives me down. He sleeps in the car. I write the song with Walt in Fame Studios, and he drives me back and never complains a second. I buy him lunch, and we got to be good friends. And then he ran, fast forward 25 years, he was the head of Universal Music Publishing at that point. So it's always good to be nice to everyone you meet. Anyway, we wrote that song, and it was the first pick for the first single, and it was played. It was on the charts for almost a year, wow. and was played more in that year than about 40% of all the number 1 songs.
Wow.
And it only went to 10, but It's Your Love, Tim McGraw, jerk. I'm kidding. He's a super nice guy. He's a good friend. But It's Your Love clogged the charts, so it never went anywhere above. Actually, it went to number 9 for about 10 minutes, and then went back up. But yeah, so.
Well, can you play that one for us?
Yeah.
It's Your Love. I want you to play It's Your Love. No, I'm just kidding. This is the last time I do your show.
I've known you long enough. Anyway, this is called Whatever Comes First.
Everyone says that it's no big deal. Nothing a little more time won't heal. Sooner or later the way I feel will change. They've never heard the way I do, 'cause they never had to get over you. So they've never shared my point of view of the pain. behind. Better or worse, I'll take whatever comes first. There's only so much a man can take before his reality starts to break, especially holding an old heartache like you. Oh, somebody's leaving, I don't care who, but there's not enough room in my mind for two. It's finally come down to me or you. I've either gotta leave the past behind or find myself a way to lose my mind. I'm ready for a change of any kind, better or worse, whatever comes first. Oh, there it is. And I've either gotta leave the past behind or find myself a way to lose my mind. I'm ready for a change of any kind, for better or worse. I'll do anything, go anywhere. Show me some way out, and girl, I'm there. It's gotten to the point where I don't care, blessing or curse. I'll take whatever comes first. Whatever comes first, I'll take whatever comes first. Whatever comes first. Thank y'all.
I'm
still verklempt from what Spencer said. Thank you so much for those kind words. And I was a huge Rick Emmett fan, so if that matters, wherever you are, I can't see anything. There's a light right here.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. That's crazy. Okay. Full disclosure here. My stepsister-in-law, I have not seen or talked to in 18 years, was standing right next to me, right there. I have not seen her since, and I looked over and I saw her. So I am overwhelmed with emotion. Audrey, yeah. So, and then Spencer said what he said, so I just tossed my basket up in the air. So I'll do my best. That's all I can say.
Are there any other estranged family
Yeah,
members
really?
of Drew Womack?
My dad got around. Anyone?
Any kids we don't know about? You are a rock star. Okay, so Drew, before I go too much into because I want to take a deeper dive into the vocal side of what you do, because I think that's if people only gave me one way to describe you, I think just like Spencer came up here and kind of gave his thoughts, the overwhelming volume of that would be about your vocal ability, because you just have it's just an amazing, distinct voice that so many people love. I think human tendency is to categorize people by what they do, but the thing is that you excel at that, but that's not the only thing you excel at.
Thank you.
And from a songwriting perspective, I want to kind of put it in perspective for everybody. I mean, you just heard the song that for Sons of the Desert that was on the charts for a year. But I think probably most of you, if you've engaged with country music at all, especially in the 90s, you're going to recognize a song that Drew wrote that's kind of one of those, it's a sleeper in that once you hear him sing it, you're going to be, oh my gosh, I had no idea that he wrote that. And that was Kenny Chesney's first #1 hit that he had. Why don't you tell us the story behind that one?
I'm still bitter about that one.
Are you? All right, tell me about that.
All right.
We're here for you. Do you want to lay down on the couch?
Yeah, I might need to lay my head back.
Yeah.
But don't charge me like $200. Yeah, so I go into Sony Epic Records. We were on Sony at the time. And after Whatever Comes First came out, they said, before we put this album out, we want to cut a second single. We had one picked out already, but we want to find because the success of that song. So we called a meeting. All the label heads were in there. And I brought in 2 songs, and the label brought in 1. And I played my 2 songs, and the label just went, oh, that's cool. And then they played their song, and they all jumped around like they'd never heard it before, and it was the greatest thing ever, like it was all planned. They wanted this song to be cut, because one of the guys in the room wrote it. Anyway, we ended up not cutting another song and went with the record we had. But that day, I took the song you're talking about over to... actually, I gave it to my publisher, and she took it over because she was friends with Kenny, and they cut it, and that day, and it bumped whatever he had as their first single, and turned out to be his first #1 song, and spent 4 weeks at #1, and I was able to walk back in that room at Sony and say, oh, by the way, the other song I brought in was #1 2 weeks after that. So I just told them that you guys have no idea what you're doing, do you? I don't know what they're doing now, but they're not doing that.
Oh, man.
But, yeah.
Our friend Walt Wilkins, he's pretty poetic sometimes in the things that he has to say.
Very
but then
colorful.
Sometimes he's just straight and to the point. And he said, Kyle, about every 25 years, Texas has to save Nashville's ass.
So true. So true.
If they'd only listened. You want to play that?
Yeah.
Play that Drew Womack penned Kenny Chesney #1.
So, yeah, I walked in the room, played this, and they just all kind of looked at me. And I will say this. I won't name names, but one of the guys came back to me afterwards and said, I apologize. I missed that song completely. But I said, I don't care. Kenny's making a lot of money for me. Anyway, this is how my version went.
Got every quality from A all the way to Z. It's easy to see she's a perfect girl. She's got every single thing that makes up my wildest dreams. Sometimes I still can't quite believe she's holding me, 'cause she got it all. So my wishes, all of my love, my hugs, my kisses, everything that means anything at all. All of my life I've been open. I could give someone such devotion. Every sweet memory I can recall. She got it all, yeah. Someone to love like this only existed in my prayer. Until I saw her face, I knew I had found the place where I could keep my every faith eternally. 'Cause she got it all, my heart, my soul, my wishes, all of my love, my hugs, my kisses, everything that means anything at all. All of my life I've been open. I could give someone such devotion. Every sweet memory I can recall. sweet memory I can recall. All of my heart, my soul, my wishes, all of my love, my hugs, my kisses, every sweet memory I can recall. She got it all. She got it all. Thank y'all.
Yeah. Whew. You sing so much better than Kenny Chesney.
And then he stole my bass player. Gosh.
Man, are y'all doing okay out there so far? Y'all good? Okay. So, you know, Drew, A&M, I mean, my dad went here, I went here, my kids went here, my brothers went here, my family roots run deep here, and, you know, my dad likes to tell the story of how he met my mom when they bussed the girls in from Sam Houston before A&M was co-ed. And so, I mean, like, I've gotten to hear all the stories and grow up with you know, maroon in my blood, you know, and hear all the old Army stories and have Dad walk me around the MSC and us read all the plaques of the Congressional Medal of Honor winners and everything that stands for. You wrote a song at one point to honor, I think, your grandfather.
It's my wife's grandfather.
Your wife's grandfather. I forget the name of that song, but can you
called What I Did Right.
Can you play? Would you tell us about that one and play it? Because I think, you know, that there's certain places and times when songs like that, they find a good place to land, and I have a feeling this room tonight would be a good place for that song to.
So I have quite a few Aggies in my family as well. And the other half went to Howard Payne. So I don't know if y'all know where Howard Payne is, but yeah, it's a strange combination. But yeah, my grandfather had a 6th grade education, but he became an engineer and did really well in the oil fields. And A&M gave him an honorary degree for helping them with it. It seemed like it was the sharecropping thing back in the 60s. So he was obviously a huge A&M fan. So. But this song, my wife's grandfather, who I've known, he passed away several years ago, but I got to know him at the age of 19. So I spent, you know, I was still a kid at that point when we started dating. And he was just a very kind-hearted man, worked hard in the fields for Texaco for many, many years, and went to overseas in World War II when he was 17, and was captured in the Battle of the Bulge when he was 18. Was a prisoner of war for about 3 months and lost all his teeth from malnourishment, and came back and just went to work like they all did. And he was such an influence on me, and I just wanted to pay tribute to the greatest generation and what they've done for my generation, and how I want to make sure that my kid understands that generation. So that's where this song came from. It's called What I Did Right.
I have my heroes, but no one knows their names. They never asked for recognition, they never wanted fame. My granddad fought the Second World War when he was just 18. He spent 4 months as a prisoner to give me the American dream. In my eyes, he's everything, all I hope to be. And I won't forget that day he said he was proud of me. I take that one day, figure out what I did right, I do it the same way for the rest of my life. Yeah, take that one day, figure out what I did right, I do it the same way for the rest of my life. What I did right. I have my good friends, they have a place inside my heart. For my best friend, well, she holds the biggest part. She finds the good in me, yeah, she knows just what it takes, and she loves the man in me through all of my mistakes. In my eyes, she's everything, everything to me. And I won't forget that day she said, you're all I need, you're all I need. So I take that one day, figure out what I did right, and do it the same way for the rest of my life. Yeah, take that one day, figure out what I did right, and do it the same way for the rest of my life. And as I hold my newborn baby, to give him comfort while he cries, in this moment I feel helpless till he looks into my eyes, his tears subside. I take this one day and figure out what I did right, and do it the same way for the rest of my life. Yeah, take this one day and figure out what I did right, and do it the same way for the rest of my life. Take this one day, figure out what I did right, I'll do it the same way for the rest of my life. Take this one day, figure out what I did right, and I'll do it the same way for the rest of my life.
And Audrey knew Grandpa Bill and was actually at our house when I came home and played that for the first time. That's the strangest thing. So I got choking up again. Sorry, my voice is so shaky. It's an emotional night. I love it.
Oh, man. You need anything? Need a shot of tequila or?
I have enough alcohol to kill a small cat with all this.
All right, perfect. All right, you're good. You're good.
Not that I would kill a small cat, because I love kittens.
Oh, man. Okay, so one thing that, you know, even if you're a fan of Sons of the Desert or Drew Womack or have caught a Lone Star show, that you may not know about Drew is the sheer volume of music that his voice touches every year. So I'm going to put you on the spot.
Uh-oh.
And in the last, let's say, quarter, okay, in the last few months, whose projects have you sung background vocals for?
Well, there's probably 20 dozen that y'all will never hear anything about. But besides that, that's just the Parker McCollum song that was playing right before we walked on stage. That was me singing background. I did that full record. I did this new kid. Gosh, what's his name? Oh, he's killing it right now, and he's actually Dean Sams from Lone Star. It's his nephew. Oh gosh, I knew I'd do this.
Gossett Westbrook.
It'll come back to me.
Okay.
I'll just spout out a name later on, and you'll know that's who
Yeah.
I'm talking about. But yeah,
You just did all the background vocals for my buddy Corey Morrow. On his new
I've
record.
done Corey's 7 or 8 records. His last 7 or 8. I did a couple of Robert O'Keefe records, a couple for Lee Ann Womack, and then several Texas artists.
Yeah, you got a little studio there in your house, right?
I do. I have a lot of equipment. I shouldn't. It's overkill, but all I need is a microphone and a preamp. But
Yeah.
For purposes of explaining to my wife that I need a lot of different channels just to, be able to select what I want exactly. But
Yeah.
I still just use one of them the whole time.
Well, the funny thing is with some of the producers I've worked with, I've had the pleasure of tracks going off to Drew's studio there in his house, and the amazing thing is when you partner with a musician that knows their instrument, and in this case Drew's voice, knows their instrument so well that you get things back and you're like, I'd never heard that. Like I would have never even imagined that approach to singing background vocals. And I'm talking about, you could isolate these tracks and it sounds like you're, listening to the Mormon Tabernacle Choir or something. It's like amazing.
It's funny because the guys and Sons, we were big, Beach Boys fans and Beatles fans. And if you listen to those tracks and what they did in the studio, they had so much fun cutting all those background vocals. And Brian Wilson, God rest his soul, one of the most brilliant musicians that has ever walked this earth. He is just what he did with just vocals alone had never been done, and has been often emulated but not touched. He's just it was heartbreaking to see that he passed, but wow. So we had every time Sons would cut a record, the producers would all either fall asleep on the couch or be out playing golf or something. They would be gone, and we would just go to town because we knew that that back then the studios were $2,000 a day, and we would just call in catering whatever we wanted because we knew we weren't going to recoup, and if we became megastars, it wouldn't matter at that point. So we spent as much money of theirs that we could, and so we would stay through the night just recording just the strangest background vocals, and they would say, no, that won't fit in country radio. And we're like, oh, whatever. And but we just had a ball doing it. And that's one of my favorite memories of Nashville, and just going in the studio and just having complete run of the place. And that never happened in the late 90s in Nashville. It was all, even Lone Star, most bands, the Mavericks, they had session players come in, and they would get to play a couple of parts here and there. But somehow or another, I was able to demand, and they listened to me, I couldn't believe it, that we play on the record, and that we have creative control.
Yeah.
Somewhat. And then they said, well, yeah, we have a guy from the label be co-producer, and your manager be co-producer. That's fine. They're both old farts. They're going to fall asleep, do whatever happens. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. One fell asleep with a cigar in his hand and almost caught the place on fire. But we just had the best time in the studio doing that.
Well, since we're talking about Sons, I want to ask you about a song that I know is one of Spencer's favorites. So since he gave you such a nice introduction, you have to play the song. But it's called "Leaving October."
Oh wow! Okay.
Tell us the story behind that one and play that one for us.
So I wrote this song as a gift with a fellow Texan, Tom Douglas. Does anybody know that name? He's killing it. He's one of the biggest songwriters in Nashville now. But he was selling real estate in Dallas when I met him, and he was an aspiring songwriter. And we wrote this song, and then soon after that he wrote, right before that, he had written a song called Little Rock for Colin Ray.
It's a great song.
And then wrote The House That Built Me. He's had several hits since then, but but he was selling houses when I met him. And I told him the story about my wife's mom and how she passed away, and I wanted to write a song in the eyes, through the eyes of my father-in-law, and that's how this song came about. And it's called Leaving October.
The autumn leaves, they rush outside my window like they got something so important they must do. Sarah will be home now any minute. She likes her third grade class. It looks so much like you. I struck a match to light the furnace in the hallway. I could smell the summer dust filling in the vents. It's just another thing that brings your memory back to me. I think that Sarah knows I'm troubled by that scent. She reads my mind. Yeah, I'm just fine till the end of September. Then I remember losing you October '89. But if I live in the past, there's no future. I'm looking forward to leaving October behind. There's a girl I really like down at the office. Me and Sarah asked her out for New Year's Eve. It made me cry when I told her all about us. But Sarah says there's nothing wrong with me. It just takes time. Yeah, I'm just fine till the end of September. Then I remember losing you October '89. But if I live in the past, there's no future. I'm looking forward to leaving October behind. All things work for good has become my favorite verse. Sarah told me that they would. But when the nights get cold and the leaves turn rust and gold, that's when your memory hurts. Yeah, I'm just fine till the end of September. Then I remember losing you October '89. But if I live in the past, there's no future. Looking forward to leaving October behind. Looking forward to leaving October behind.
That was the top 30 song for us.
Yeah.
And her mom was the lady you met at the office. This is so surreal.
Wow. Are y'all having a good time tonight? Yeah. if it's half as good a time as me and Drew Womack are having, then y'all are having.
I'm having a ball.
Y'all are having a good time. I want to say thank you very quickly. I'm going to start with Kenny and Lena and the folks over at CC Creations. Thank you guys for coming online with us this year to help us make this possible, because I love it, and I'm glad these people love it too, and you guys help make it happen. And by the way, Kenny's in the doghouse. You might have to help him get out of it before the end of the night.
Problem.
Okay, but we'll talk about that.
I was in the room when it happened.
We'll talk about that later. And then my friends over at Blue Forge Alliance, I mean, they've become a big part of this community. I mean, they office right over here across from the Stella Hotel. They participate in things like this that we're doing in the local community. But though I do not have the clearance level to understand everything y'all do every day, I know that it's really important. And they work with the United States Department of the Navy to make sure that we have what we need, and that we're equipped with the submarines that we need, and that we have the personnel to help build those and make sure that we have the right to gather and do the things that we get to do, like we're doing tonight. So Kylie, crew at Blue Forge Alliance, thank you guys for helping us make tonight possible as well. Okay, and kind of my last little housekeeping before we get back to some music. If you look on the seat in front of you, you can see who the next 3 shows are going to be, and you'll like this. Our good friend that's done a lot of work at songwriter camps that you and I have worked investing into kids that want to learn how to write songs. Is going to be with us in September, Miss Courtney Patton.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Yeah, good old Courtney.
Great.
And then we've got 2 singer-songwriters, speaking of helping young people that are getting started in their career. I've got 2 singer-songwriters from the area that are really kind of just at the beginning of their career, but I always love highlighting the people that seem to be way beyond their years, both in their talent and their investment in their craft, because I think there's something to be said for young people that put their hand and their head and their heart to something and really work it out early. And you're going to find that to be true about Molly McDonald and Randy Hoyt. And then in November, we're going to be joined by one of my buddies. He's I promise, one of the funniest, biggest parties that we'll have here at Herschel's, and that is the son of Jerry Jeff Walker. Mr. Django Walker is going to come hang out with us.
Django.
We're going to get to hear his music, but we're also going to get to hear some stories about the legendary Jerry Jeff Walker. And I'll tell you one Jerry Jeff Walker show story really fast. This was back in the days of cassette tapes. Do y'all remember those? Young people, they were about this big, and they had 2 holes in them. And I had recorded a demo of some of my songs in the closet of my duplex that I lived in over off of Brentwood in Texas. And I went up to Hurricane Harry's because I heard that this guy named Jerry Jeff Walker was going to be playing, and I had his records, and I thought, well, man, somebody needs to open that show. So I went and knocked on the door of Hurricane Harry's during the middle of the day until somebody answered, and it happened to be the GM of the place. And I said, well, I'm a singer-songwriter, and I want to open the Jerry Jeff Walker show. And he said, well, do you have any music? And I said, I got a cassette tape right here. And he said, I don't have a player in here. Let's listen in your car. Can you believe he did that?
No.
He didn't have to do that. We went out to my car. I played the tape for him, and he said, you go on at 8.
You're kidding me.
No. So I showed up with my acoustic guitar and opened acoustic.
I can't believe you never told me this story.
Acoustic for Jerry Jeff Walker at Hurricane Harry's. And then after the show, I was out back waiting. I thought I was going to get to shake hands with Jerry Jeff Walker. And you guys can imagine, this was, early 90s. It was rowdy. Jerry Jeff, the place was coming unglued. And he came in out the back there at Hurricane Harry's off the stage, and he came out, and the promoter said, I was waiting in line to meet Jerry Jeff Walker, and the promoter said, sir, the kids are just going wild out there. Could you go out and just one more song, please? And Jerry Jeff Walker looked at him and said, you'd just ride a horse till it's dead, wouldn't you? And he went and got on his bus, and I never got to shake his hand. I'm going to tell Django that story when he's here. But anyway, so Django Walker's going to be with us. Jerry Jeff is one of the most colorful, storied guys in this scene. And so don't miss that. The other thing sitting on your seat there, your table, is information about our festival coming up in October. It is a festival. It's the first time that we're going to bring songwriters to town within a 3-block radius in downtown Bryan. 5 stages, over 20 songwriters. There's a free to the public element because we do not want there to be any barrier for any kids in Bryan or the surrounding area to come be exposed to the music and to the craft of songwriting. What we do need help with is selling all of our VIP tickets and sponsorships because it's part of how we're doing this. It's a 501c3. We're going to do everything we can to make this a year-over-year event. And if music is something that you love and want to help us by buying a ticket, buying a sponsorship, coming out and enjoying what we're doing October 24th and 25th, come do it. You can see we have some pretty big songwriters on the list there already confirmed to be with us. There's a few we can't announce yet because of radius stuff, but it's going to be a big, fun time. So if you want to learn more about it, talk to me after the show. Okay, Drew.
Yes.
We have not even touched on the fact that you come from a very musical family. I first met you, I knew of you through Sons of the Desert. I first met you through your oldest brother Trace Womack. But you come from a musical family. You all sing, you all play. How did that come about? Was it school choir, church choir? Like what were the early days like in the Womack house?
Growing up in Brownwood, of course you played football, and of course I'm a tiny guy, so that didn't really work out for me. But Miss McIntosh, the music director, lived across the street, and my grandmother was so involved with First Baptist Church in Howard Payne that my dad sang a lot, and so every 6 months we would host the music on a Sunday night, the Womack family.
All right.
Kicking and screaming, just whatever it took to get us up there to do that. But that's where it all started. And of course we had a piano in our living room, and my brother, Trace he got a guitar when he was, 15 or so. And when he and Tim would go out, dating or cruising chicks on the weekends, I'd be stuck at home, and we had an Eagles songbook, and I learned how to play guitar with that acoustic in the Eagles songbook, and then just every day that my dad would be playing MacArthur Park or there was a song that he never could finish. He'd get stuck. I blocked it out for a very good reason, because it was like, Dad, just finish the song, man. Slow down and pick your way through it. But the music was always around our house. I remember my mom playing Joan Baez and Dolly Parton's early records, and Judy Collins and all that stuff, and Art Garfunkel and then Simon and Garfunkel as well. But I've always been drawn to music. As an expression, being the fourth kid, not the last, not the baby, not the middle one, just the most insignificant child of 5. If you look at a family, 5 kids, the next to the last is, the next to the last. Let's just be honest about it. So, I was always left at church. I was always left, it was like, oh, he went with grandmother and granddad. No, he didn't. No, I don't know where he is. Well, I was sitting on the porch of the church is where I was.
Does that sound familiar, Logan? All right, just checking.
Yeah. So, yeah. But yeah, it was church, and just growing up in the 70s and just having some of the greatest music of all time. Yeah. At any given time, I could walk in and play some Doobie Brothers on my dad's console, and then, you know, hearing Michael McDonald singing, and then 30 years later, I'm sitting in a room with him, doing it's a long story. I'm not going to waste y'all's time with that, but he was singing the rock version of this song, and I was singing the country version, and it's the very first thing I did when I got to Nashville. And I mean, literally, I got to town, and my manager said, "Hey, I got you something. And we have this workshop that we do with all the label heads and everything, and it's at the studio. You're going to sing this song that a group of us wrote. Terrible song, awful. Had the line toilet seat in it. I can't remember what it was." But we get there, and every single the who's who of Nashville country for the last 30 years is in the control room. I mean, the most intimidating thing you can think of tossing a 24-year-old kid into. And thank God I went first, because when Michael got in there, he just killed it. And I mean, it sounded like a hit. And there's no way this can happen, that this piece of crap could sound like that. It's just one of the greatest voices and one of the sweetest, kindest people I'd ever been around. It was one of the coolest 15 minutes of my life, was hanging out with Michael, just sitting there talking about life. And I've had a lot of really cool opportunities like that. Just me and George Strait sitting at the Label of the Decade party at MCA, just sitting together, and all he wanted to talk about was Texas football. That was it. Yeah. Not music. Didn't care. Oh, and by the way, I'm this much taller than him, so.
That's awesome.
Got to say that.
That's awesome. Okay, well, here's what I want you to do. Over the years, obviously, you've written a lot of songs, you've recorded a lot of songs. What's one of your favorite songs to sing and play that you haven't played for us yet? I want you to. I've been leading you everywhere and asking you for specific songs. Why don't you pick one you want to lay on us?
All right. So, crazily enough, this was a single for Lone Star, and it had been one of my favorite songs forever. By a fellow by the name of Mark Cohn. I don't know if y'all remember Mark Cohn. 1990, he wrote the song and was a huge pop hit. And then Lone Star, before I joined, cut it and did a country version, and it went to number 4 on the charts. And every night I get to sing the song, and then I was able to send Mark Cohn a live version of the song, and he gave it a thumbs up. And I mean, what else do you need in life? Literally. But this is my highlight of every night that I get to sing this song.
Put on my blue suede shoes and I boarded the plane. Touchdown in the land of the Delta Blues, in the middle of the pouring rain. W.C. Handy, won't you look down over me? Yeah, I got a first class ticket, but I'm as blue as a boy can be. Then I'm walking in Memphis. I was walking with my feet 10 feet off a bill. Walking in Memphis. Do I really feel the way I feel? Yes, I do. Saw the ghost of Elvis down on Union Avenue. Followed him up to the gates of Graceland. Then I watched him walk right through. Well, security did not see him. They just hover around his tomb. But there's a pretty little thing waiting for the king down in the jungle room. When I was walking in Memphis, I was walking with my feet 10 feet off a bill. Walking in Memphis. Do I really feel the way I feel? Oh yeah. They've got catfish on the table. They've got gospel in the air. And river and green, be glad when you haven't got a prayer, before you got a prayer in Memphis. Your plays piano every Friday at the Hollywood, and they brought me down to see her, and they asked me if I would do a little number, and I sang with all my might. She said, tell me, are you a Christian child? What did I say? I was walking in Memphis, thank y'all. I was walking with my feet 10 feet off a bill, walking in Memphis. Do I really feel the way I feel walking in Memphis? I was walking with my feet 10 feet off a bill, walking in Memphis. Do I really feel the way I feel walking in Memphis? Thank y'all. That's the reason I joined that band.
Dude, I love that
I got
song.
another story for you. This is a short one. But after I joined, all my buddies and people I didn't even know were Instagramming me or Facebooking me, what all that stuff is. I don't follow. I'm not good at any social media, but they kept putting lines from a song, and I was going, what are you saying? They kept sending stuff like crayons go up, and Lone Star had a huge song called Mr. Mom. And I swear to you, if I had listened to that song or heard that song before I joined the band, I probably wouldn't have. Even though it was a huge hit, number 1 song, it was just corny as hell. So what I do in concert is I completely Robert O'Keen it to the max. I do a kind of a recitation thing, and I just try to make it as cool as it can be. Try to take it out of an afternoon special into something other than that. So after school special is what I'm going to say. What you gonna do?
I want to hear that. So Drew,
I'm not doing that song, by the way.
Drew, and you just set yourself up. Drew and I spent a few summers. You came and joined us down in the Woodlands, where we would do camps, passing on the art of self-expression in songwriting to kids, and some of the most beneficial work, just for my own soul, that I've ever had the opportunity to do as a musician, is working with at-risk youth in the foster care system, kids that have been adopted and are experiencing a lot of trauma and struggles in their life, to be able to try to take their story and write some songs to help them make some sense out of the experience that they've been through. And Drew and I have had the opportunity to do that with a bunch of kids. And one of the cool things is when you get together with a group of songwriters, and I think, one time it was me and you and Walt and Bree Bagwell or something like that, and me and you and Courtney Patton, or I can't remember all the different configurations that we worked with, but we would write songs with kids during the day, and then we'd be like, all right, let's pair up, and write a song in the evening before we would go back to work with the kids again the next day, which that was really cool, because you don't always get that opportunity, because everybody's playing shows and doing their life and that kind of stuff. And so those were some special days. And I one day after a songwriter camp, I said to Drew, hey man, I've been hanging on to this idea that I think we should finish. And I played him a first verse and a little bit of a chorus, and then he and I finished this tune.
I was hooked.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, I've played this song and had a lot of artists think about cutting it, but it hadn't gotten cut yet. So
It will.
At some point, maybe it will. My son, who now is old enough to be the producer of our video podcast and all this stuff, he's sitting back there against the post and doesn't want to be recognized, but there he is, Kason. He was probably a junior in high school, and a buddy of his that was going to graduate, that was a senior, was going to go get sworn into the Marine Corps, and the family invited Kason to come watch the ceremony. And so I drove Kason over so he could ride with the family to go watch his buddy get sworn in. And as I was walking back out of the house after saying hello to the mom and dad and congratulations and walked out, I saw that kid's truck sitting there in the driveway, and that's kind of where the idea for this song came from. There's a truck in the driveway, leaking oil, waiting for a young man on foreign soil. A dad on the front porch with his face to the breeze, and mom in the kitchen down on her knees again. And sometimes the best friend stops by just to say hi, runs his hand down the side of that truck as he passes by. And through the window as they're talking on the couch inside, he sees that worn out windshield sticker, Semper Fi. And in the blink of an eye, things get real fast, and nothing looks the same as things looked in the past. And the flag down at the schoolhouse, it still flies the same. But freedom is different with skin in the game. And life is easy when it's fireworks and apple pie, and learning what it all means as a parade goes by. But there are some things you can't fully understand till the taking of an oath and the raising of the hand. Then in the blink of an eye, things get real fast, and nothing looks the same as things looked in the past. And the anthem down at the ball game, it just don't sound the same, 'cause freedom is different with skin in the game. Yeah, and you don't know the cost till there's a part of you that could get lost. And in the blink of an eye, things get real fast, and nothing looks the same as things looked in the past. And now that granite wall is more than just some list of names, 'cause freedom is different with skin in the game. if freedom is different, with skin in the game. Thank you very much. Drew, thanks for writing that one with me.
Yeah, that was a pleasure and an honor.
Well, we should write another one.
Okay. What are you doing tonight?
What do you do tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah. How about tomorrow?
Oh, wait, I have to
I'll tell you
fly
this.
to Nashville.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, so, gosh, you still have a bunch of songs. Let's address let's address the marital. You're about to, kind of like be the marriage whisperer
Oh, okay.
and help remedy a anniversary golf debacle.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Is currently afoot. I wonder how many people got married to this song.
It's the number one wedding song of all time, actually.
The number one wedding song.
And it's
I knew you were mad. I wasn't going to out you, Lena, but now she's throwing stuff.
just don't break my glasses when you hit me with it. You want me to do that one?
Why not?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
So this song was number one for 9 weeks, and then crossed over and was number one for 2 weeks on the pop top 100 songs. And that's only happened
crazy.
2 times before. This song did that, and it was "Islands in the Stream," and I forget the other one. I feel like
That
Rick
is
Perry
what we
right
are.
now. And "Let Your Love Flow," Bellamy's. So it was a big deal, and it's fun to sing every night. So, and we have to do it at the very end of the set, or half the people would leave if we did it earlier. So,
So don't leave because we're not done.
this goes out to you too. Yes, and y'all are welcome to dance. I'm not going to put you on the spot, but I just did. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, not sorry.
Every time our eyes meet, this feeling inside me is almost more than I can take. Baby, when you touch me, I can feel how much you love me, and it just blows me away. I've never been this close to anyone or anything. I can hear your thoughts, I can see your dreams. I don't know what you do once you do. I'm so in love with you, it just keeps getting better. I wanna spend the rest of my life with you by my side, forever and ever. Every little thing that you do, baby, I'm amazed by you. The smell of your skin, the taste of your kiss, the way you whisper in the dark, your hair all around me, baby, you surround me, you touch every place in my heart. Oh, it feels like the first time, every time. I wanna spend the whole night in your eyes. I don't know what you do, what you do. I'm so in love with you, I'm amazed by you. Every little thing that you do, I'm so in love with you. It just keeps getting better. I wanna spend the rest of my life with you by my side, forever and ever. Every little thing that you do, oh, every little thing that you do, baby, I'm amazed by you.
Come on.
Thank you. I don't play guitar on that song, and it changes keys 3 times, so it's like, where am I going next? Here we go. Hang on.
Have y'all had a good time tonight? Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a couple more songs and we're going to call it a night. Please, if you're here and your tickets, you see, who's coming up, make sure you reserve your seats. If you're here on somebody else's tickets because you got invited, then try to get the seats back again, okay, so that you can come join us, all right? Purchase tickets to the upcoming Songwriter Festival in October. You're not only buying a ticket, you're making a donation to a nonprofit that is bringing this to the city of Bryan, Texas. So help us make that possible. Okay, here's what I want to do. Since we're on the whole love song thing, okay, right? Yep. You participated. Sons of the Desert participated in what I think is one of the greatest ballads, I'm going to say definitely of the decade of 90s country. Okay?
Oh yeah, it was,
but also potentially the best song in Lee Ann Womack's catalog. Tell the story about going into the studio and singing on "I Hope You Dance," and then I've got one more that I want you to finish us with after that one.
I mean, you've surprised me all night long. Some of these songs I haven't played in several years, so.
Well, it sounds like you play them all the time.
Okay, anyway, thank you. Yeah. But, we had been friends with Lee Ann Womack. Strangely enough, we're from the same part of Texas. My history of Womack family came down through East Texas and then went west. But so at her 40th birthday party, her dad and I sat down and we tried to do a family tree, and it turned out to be a mesquite bush. We screwed it all up. And we had both had a few drinks at that point, but so we didn't figure out anything. But we became friends throughout the years, and then she found this song and said, "I want Sons to be a part of this song," because a couple of friends of ours wrote it, and put this part in this song that turned out to be. It's so strange because it was just on a whim, and it was like, "Hey, can y'all come in the studio tonight?" And we went there, and there was a 100-piece ensemble playing, so they had no microphones. I happen to have a nice studio microphone in my car, so that's what we sang this on. I own this mic, and then we sang it, and gosh, the song won a Grammy. We were nominated for a Grammy. I won several CMA and ACM awards for it. Where'd that cable go? Oh, there you go. And it changed my life. It was the last thing we did. What I Did Right, the song I did earlier, and that song went into the top 10. And then this song were the last two things that we did as a band. And then we got in a skirmish with our second label, which is MCA, and then I said, the hell with this, I'm moving back to Texas to raise my son here. So that's how all that happened, and it was a wonderful night, and it's fun to see these kids these days, because 90s country has just blown up, again. So, and we see all these people doing. I saw Stapleton singing the song and doing the background vocal, and it's such a cool feeling.
Yeah.
Just I don't know. So I'm supposed to just kick into it after that. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay.
I can only alley-oop the ball.
Well, I'm too short to dunk it. So anyway, this was an honor to be a part of the song. This is what the demo sounded like, by the way.
Time is a wheel in constant motion, always leading us along. Who wants to look back on these years and wonder where they've gone? I say, time is a wheel in constant motion, always rolling us along. Who wants to look back on these years and wonder where they've gone? I hope you never lose your sense of wonder. You get your feeling, but always keep that hunger. May you never take one single breath for granted. God forbid love ever leave you empty-handed. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Never one door closes, I hope one more opens. And promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. When you get the chance to set it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you never lose those sounds in the distance, and never settle for the path of least resistance. Living might mean taking chances, but they're worth taking. Loving might be a mistake, but it's worth making. Don't let some hell-bent heart leave you bitter. When you come close to selling out, reconsider. Give the heavens above more than just a passing glance. When you get the choice to set it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. You know time is a wheel in constant motion, always rolling us along. Tell me who wants to look back on these years and wonder where those years have gone. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. And promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you get the choice to set it out or dance, you know time is a wheel in constant motion, always rolling us along. Tell me who wants to look back on these years and wonder where those years have gone. You know time is a wheel in constant motion, always rolling us along. Who wants to look back on these years and wonder where they've gone? I say time is a wheel in constant motion, always rolling us along. Who wants to look back on these years and wonder where they've gone?
Thank y'all.
Drew, as always, man, thank you so much for
Thanks,
taking
Kyle.
time out of your schedule to come hang out with us on Real
Kyle,
Life
it's
Real
always
Music.
been a dear friend. It's been such an honor. Thank y'all so much for having me.
Okay, I got 2 text messages before the last song. One reminding me to have you do a liner for the radio show. I almost forgot it. So I need you to say, this is Drew Womack, and this is Real Life, Real Music. And then y'all are going to go nuts and tell us.
I don't have a teleprompter or anything?
You don't. Okay. But you got this.
Okay, all right. I remember my name. All right. Is this it?
This is it?
Do I look at this camera?
Yes.
This is Drew Womack, and this is Real Life. God, I knew I'd screw that up. See? They don't let me do liners.
Come on. This is Lee Ann Womack, and this is... No, I'm just kidding.
Real Life.
Real Life, Real Music.
I know it. I've done it 100 times. All right. Take 2. This is Drew Womack, and this is Real Life, Real Music.
Very nice, very nice. Okay, then the next text I got was from my wife, who's sitting right back here. And she said, you need to tell them what the VIP ticket is to the festival, because I assume everybody knows what that means, and that everybody wants to be a very important person, so they would just buy the ticket. So here's what the VIP is. We are doing a free to the public stage. I mean, we're blocking off, I'm not blocking it off, DOT is blocking it off, William Joel Bryan Parkway, and we're going to have a big stage out there that's the main stage that provides musical entertainment for anybody and everybody free of charge, okay? That is the community element of what we're doing. Part of how we're paying for that is through the VIP tickets that we're selling that give you access to the Stafford, the Palace, the Boiler Room in the LaSalle, and the second floor of Hush and Whisper, where we're going to have some great, amazing shows. I mean, I got Corey Morrow, Roger Krager, Max Stalling, all playing in those VIP-only venues. So buy a ticket. It goes to a great cause. It's going to bring some great music to the first annual Bryan, Texas Songwriter Festival. So go online, purchase your tickets. Let me see what this says. I will re-email out the link. So if you're, because right now, if you go to the site, you're going to pay the public price. If you're here on somebody else's tickets, ask them for the code that I'm going to send them that will give you discounted VIP tickets, okay? Unless you want to be an overachiever and just go pay them. It's like $30 or something. So help a kid out. So
love it.
Last thing.
Okay.
One of the great, I would say, guardians of music here in the Bryan area has a birthday today. And he's my friend, Mr. Paul Torres, right back here. And so let's do a little happy birthday.
Oh, sure.
For Mr. Paul. Paul, thanks, man. Thanks for what you do for the community and all the ways you do it. So
we're in the key of G, if y'all are paying attention.
perfect. All right, y'all ready?
All right, ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Paul. Ooh, happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Paul. Okay, now I have a request, but you can end with something different if you want to. One of my favorite upbeat Drew Womack songs when your hair wasn't all gray was a song called Hey Daisy. Have you played that one in a while?
Probably played it in the same show I played some of those other ones.
Or you pick another one.
No, I can do that
one.
one.
Y'all give it up one more time for Drew Womack.
No, thank y'all.
And my friends at the Stella Hotel, Lake Walk, Destination Bryan, CC Creations, and Blue Forge Alliance. Thank y'all for helping us make this possible.
So I as a child, I was like the kid in Christmas Story. There was a Daisy BB gun that was at the local TGNY in Brownwood, and it was on the bottom shelf, and we'd go in there starting in October, and I would say, that's what I want right there. Dad, Mom, that's what I want. Year went by, same thing, sitting right on the bottom shelf. And so I started this song out as a love song, and then it morphed into a song. Oh no, I started it as a song about my Daisy BB gun, and then it morphed into a love song. So the song's called Hey Daisy. But that's how it all started. And Aaron Watson has threatened to cut this song for about 20 years, but we'll see. Anyway, here we go.
Too much to this small town scene. Time and every traffic light's a driver's dream. Outsiders say we're too far from everything. The interstate, it has a distant view, flying so fast it just to drive right through. Yeah, we're miles from a first run movie, but when close to you, give them all time, and they'll see the sign. Stop and listen for the little bell ringing from the catfish jumping on the end of their line. You and me could get a good crop growing, find an acre and a half worth holding. Hey Daisy, I thought maybe we could spend the afternoon mellowing, wet our feet in the Concho River. I'll make you sweat until I make you shiver. Hey Daisy, I thought maybe I could talk you into loving me, yeah. Looking back to when you caught my eye, all the way from second grade, not surprised you swore someday you'd leave this small town life. Dreams changing, baby, roots grow strong, and when we get the chance to move along, we find that Earth's for leaving is long gone. Give us all time, and we'll see the light. Stop and listen for the white wings of west until they light in mesquites right in front of our eyes. You and me could get a good crop growing, find an acre and a half worth holding. Hey Daisy, I thought maybe we could spend an afternoon mellowing, with our feet in the Concho River. I'll make you sweat until I make you shiver. Hey Daisy, I thought maybe, hey Daisy, maybe we could wet our feet in the Concho River. I'll make you sweat until I make you shiver. Hey Daisy, I thought maybe I could love you in loving me. Hey Daisy, I thought maybe, yeah, yeah baby.
Thank y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Drew Womack.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, Ann. I love how you had it all laid out. It's like, oh no.
All right, folks, thanks for being here tonight. We'll be here with Courtney Patton next month. Y'all be safe going home, and grab your tickets to the festival.